My name is Barbara Edmondson. I live at 301 Prince Albert Court. I'm going to read you this and then I'm going to make some comments after it. As the developer of Rose Hill Estates in 1996, I encountered the same problems as Rick Rowe is experiencing now. Rose Hill was purchased out of foreclosure, and we had to struggle with slow sales. We were burdened with no assistance from retailers or from realtors because the development was considered overpriced for the east side. The developers of Brick Row did us all a favor by ridding us of the dilapidated, crime-ridden apartments that were there. I'm asking this body not to allow the area to lapse into the same situation it was before. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, in that home ownership maintains a far superior quality and pride of ownership than apartments do. Apartments typically deteriorate in 3 to 5 years. And please correct me if I'm wrong about this, but when the city originally developed this area, I believe that the city overrode the local residents when Brick Row was going through zoning and increased the density by a considerable amount. And now we're looking at increasing the apartment density considerably again. Am I right in that you approved more density in the beginning on this development? I remember reading it or hearing some of the residents saying that. Can you answer me? I don't know if you can. Okay. I have not seen the covenants for Brick Row, but as a developer, and I've experienced and had to go through it, I fear that there's no built-in verbiage in the covenants to protect the development from selling to a few investors, then allowing them to rent their units. And this popped into my mind when Mr. Gleason was at City Council, because it wasn't a veiled threat, it was outward, that if he couldn't get the apartments, that he would be able to sell to a few investors that would turn around and rent the units. Now, covenants, and I know the city went over my covenants with a fine-tooth comb, and like I said, I don't know what these covenants look like for Brick Row, but I think after a threat like that, they need to be looked at. We foresee the present residents with a legal action, and I don't know if it would be against Brick Row or Weekly, but this whole development was not developed like it was originally approved. And Mr. Gleason at the City Council meeting told them that he was not looking at doing the amount of retail that was originally proposed in this development. And Mr. Gleason is the money man. He just demonstrated that by saying he had to get his calculator. He's not the developer. A developer wouldn't go in and change and change and change like this is done. This is economically driven, and it's deteriorating the area. If they're near bankruptcy now, they need not to build any more, get out where they are and go on. But like I said, a lot of the things that were said at City Council don't seem to be representative of what I'm hearing tonight. And my request is that they just stick to the original plans, what was approved. Thank you.